Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. We watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Laguna Seca D1 D-Dry jacket, available at RevZilla.com. Part of the Spring 17 collection, this is the return of the Laguna Seca D1 D-Dry. Now, we've seen a previous Laguna Seca D-Dry, and what they're looking at when they design this piece is a mid-range, three-season, cold-weather, sport-oriented jacket. So think about that. If you live in a cooler to colder climate, if you want to ride fall, winter, spring, if you're sport commuting, you live in the Pacific Northwest, you want waterproofing that's baked in and non-removable, this is the way that you go when you think about Italian and sport. So again, it's aggressive. Note the pre-curve on it. Dainese does make a streamline, which is basically the same jacket, more refined logoing, and again, different ventilation scheme for a more upright riding position. This is absolutely sport and meant to be hardcore, playing off the DNA and race lineage of Dainese. Now, you're coming in just over the $300 mark. There's a handful of different colors. You can see here, Juice to my left, 5'10", 195, 42 to 44 inch chest. He's wearing a size 52. And if we look at the fit scheme, note the pre-curve in the arm. This is a more sport fit. There's also a full sleeve thermal removable liner baked into this, so he has a little bit of room to move, but again, it's going to be a much more svelte sport cut out of Italy than we saw in the Dainese Streamline, which is meant to be a little more adjustable, a little bit baggier, a little bit more of that touring cut with different venting if you're riding in that upright riding position. Keep that in mind because they're right around the same page or around the same price, just over the $300 mark. Use the size chart. You always give us a shout, but more importantly, click subscribe on RevZilla, our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Laguna Seca D-Dry D1 jacket. Dainese, make shorter names. Now, if we dive back into the jacket and we look at it, it's not funny, Juice, they're gonna get mad at me. If we look at the jacket, it's D-Synth. It's about a 350 denier on this guy. That's gonna be their mid-range fabric for Dainese. Not overly bomb-proof, not overly thin and flimsy either. Again, mid-range sport touring jacket. I remember what we talked about. It's a Z-liner construction, meaning it's a waterproof D-Dry liner that's non-removable. It actually floats behind the outer shell. You do have venting, 4 total vents. You have 2 on the sleeve, 2 on the back, but what happens is when the air comes in, it actually vents to the liner and it's going to circulate around the liner. So that's why if you're riding in the summer or if you ride hot or if you're riding in really hot weather times of the year, you're not going to get the direct airflow. So that's why I consider this jacket really a fall and spring oriented jacket with the thermal liner in, then you take it into the winter depending on your temperature tolerances. And again, that's a full sleeve liner, not a vest liner, which I actually applaud that they did. Now we look at some of the other features here. Big demon logo across the front. Again, that's that punch you in the neck Dainese factor. On the front, you also, don't worry Juice, I won't punch you in the neck. On the front, you're also going to have light reflective pops. We have some basics around the collar. I wish this had a Velcro back or a loop back so that you were able to have it not flap if you're riding around. But notice they got the collar right on the inside. The inside of that collar is going to be that quilted or that checked micro fleece. Big snap here. It is micro Velcro, so it's less of a chance of biting you. And if we look down, hand warmer pockets on each side. Very simplistic snaps here along the cuff. Again, it's not meant to be out of control or overly technical. You're just looking at this 3-season cold weather sport-oriented jacket. Now, Juice, turn it face that way. Let's look at the armor. You're going to have your composite CE1 rated elbow and shoulder armor from Dainese. Remember, you can always update the back with something like the Manus or some of their newer school pro armor pieces that are going to be inserts. Note the vent down here along the back. It's a zip. Your air comes in, circulates around the liner, and it exhausts out the back. Juice, go to the left for me, or go backwards. Can't speak today. Now, if we look at the back, we should have talked about it when he was sideways, but you do have some basic cinching down along the bottom. The back is very simple. Another big pop of Demon logo here from Dainese. Again, very much sport-oriented with the Laguna Seca lineage. And then up here towards the top, you are going to have that reflective as well. Note, they did give you a nice little roll of neoprene up around the top, around the collar, just kind of pulling it together. Again, if it happens to get wet, it's not going to chafe against your skin. And then the backs of the arms, one of the things I like that they do so well is this micro-elastication. It's the ability to add stretch without accordion flex. So again, you're not giving a big stretch pounding, you're not throwing off the clean lines, you're actually very simply allowing a little bit more room to move, which is a nice touch. Now, Juice, come back around to the front. We call him Juice. I'm not sure if you realize that. If we look at the front of the jacket, let's open it up. I do have a gripe with this jacket. Before you go all the way down, Dainese, for over $300, I want a stitch right there. That stitch holds the rain gutter down, and it makes sure that this flap doesn't open and no water gets around it and into the zipper, which is a weak point for water penetration. Just give me a tack right there. That's really my only gripe with this jacket. Micro Velcro on the front. Notice you have your Napoleon pocket there, and you do have a nice big beefy zip on the way down. And Dainese is now adding the Italian flag and stitching to all of their jackets. Maybe put that Italian flag right down there and hold that flap down. Juice, open up the jacket all the way. It's gun show time. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Juice opens it up. You're going to see there's my quilted thermal liner, fully removable. If I open it on this side where I can reach it, notice it is going to be a zipper. That's going to be my full sleeve thermal. The inside of this guy, remember, that's going to be your floating liner. You do have a suit to pant or a jacket to pant connection zipper if you want to ride more hardcore torrential downpours. And then up here towards the top, remember that fleecy collar, which in my personal opinion, between the neoprene roll and the fleece collar on the inside, they really got that right for 3-season cold weather riding, both from a comfort, both at getting away a wicking sweat and water away standpoint, and just the non-chafe standpoint. My only gripe with the collar is I need a snapback or a loop back in case I have to open it up and I don't want it flapping in the breeze. So remember, the next step in your journey, you guys zip it up now. You zip it up? I'm just kidding. Then your next step in your journey is click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com for the Laguna Seca D1 D-Dry jacket. Read other rider reviews. You should not just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free over $39. If you want to talk to Gear Geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion of the latest and the greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. Deuce! See you next time.